Alright,
Yeah.
there you go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast about everything disability. Today we have with me Ibby, Jonathan Shar, and me, David.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone going?
Hello, everyone. Sorry for being shy over some technology issues. Every What are we talking about today?
Yeah, so just a continuation of last week. Things you shouldn't say to people with disability. Sometimes people with disability, or every day actually, people with disability just get asked uncomfortable questions.
Yeah,
And
questions
so we
we have.
wanna, sorry,
Questions we like
David,
to
we wanna put
avoid.
this out to the audience as well. If you got any uncomfortable questions you get asked on a daily basis, please write in the comments.
Yeah, feel free to comment and interact with us because we like
Just
your feedback and we like you to share and like.
We already have a
yes,
common.
sorry about that, Jonathan. Just a comment from Tracy. She's saying, "Hi, you fellas. Did you have a good week?" Yeah, my week was good. Thank you for asking, Tracy. Hope your week went well as well. So,
Yeah,
guys, how
our
was your week?
week was fine also.
How are you, Jonathan?
Look, now that I'm on uni break,
You're on your uni break.
I was more but I'm focused on working on CripChat and a few other projects, but
Say,
more on that later. We have a question from Tracy with Hope. First of all, thank you, Tracy, for kicking it out. She asked, why do you just
Ibby,
get over
Yeah, hold on, David. Uh, yep. So,
so
yeah,
so
sorry,
you've
Jonathan.
been doing other podcasts, Jonathan, and questionnaires. You were saying,
No. So, we got a question from Tracy. She
yeah.
asked, why don't you just get over it? She hates that question. So, I'm assuming that Tracy has some mental health. Is that correct? Sorry, I'll put you on the spot. But yeah, she's saying that she hates being asked the question, why don't you just get over it?
Why
Which
don't you just get
ideally,
over it?
yeah, ideally, they shouldn't be asking that question. That's a very uncomfortable question. Thank you for bringing that up, Tracy.
Tracy, you can tell them if you want, build me a bridge and I'll get over it.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. David, what uncomfortable questions do you get asked?
How much can you see?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
do you still get asked that question?
yes,
Well,
I got asked today.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
and
And were you born like that?
Yeah, I get asked that question all the time. Were you born like that? Very uncomfortable question. I don't know. What do you think, Jonathan?
just before we continue, I want to say evening to Minister. Hope you had a good week.
Yeah,
Evening, Melissa. Thank you
say
for
Look,
joining us for the podcast.
Jonathan saying he's had a good week.
Mm. Yeah,
look for me the question which really irritates me
mm.
is he okay or is he intellectually
Mm.
disabled?
Is he okay or is he intellectually disabled?
Yeah,
Yes, David.
Is that the question you hate?
yes.
I understand. I understand. It's like they. All
Mm.
right, you don't speak the at the speed that they like, but you're still an
Yeah.
intelligent man.
Yeah, we got another comment from Tracy. So being asked that question that we mentioned before, it triggers her anxiety. I think
Yeah.
it triggers all of our anxiety, and it puts us in a spot where we feel vulnerable, and yeah, we feel let down. Just
I
people asking the unnecessary questions.
and personally, I know that me, Ibby, and David do so much work in our own lives to better the life of people with disabilities. And I guess what annoys me is it only takes one question or comment to devalue you.
Mm. Yes, yeah, that's right, Jonathan. Me, David, Jonathan, we are always working in the community. I guess educating the public about yeah, awareness and recognizing people with disability. Sorry, just a question for Tracy. How about my other question? Which question was that?
The I think it's human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we agreed, me, David, and Jonathan. Why don't you just get over it? It's a pretty intimidating question. So, David, why
Loud,
don't you just get over it?
You know
loud,
what? The question is, the one question I really hate is, where's your carer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just when I hear that question, I cringe because my immediate response is, where is your care?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Your
right.
response is, where's your carer?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
his
that's
response.
sometimes my response too.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. People are asking us the question, where's our carer? Where's
Where's
yours,
your
buddy?
carer?
Where's yours? Yeah, completely unnecessary. Completely, yeah, unnecessary. Um, it's yeah, it's uncalled for.
But look, people watching, we want to hear from you. What are the questions you hate? Or what are the questions you love
What
answering?
was so? What questions you hate or questions you like?
Yeah. So any uncomfortable questions that you get told or you get asked, please let us know in the comments. Um Also, yeah, with me, the physical disability, I get asked the question, um, can you ever get married? It's yeah,
Tell them nothing. I'll be quiet.
yeah, no. It's yeah. We just you try to think of it. You're trying to process.
Yeah,
What these are all right. The little children are okay. You need education. They need to be educated and stuff.
yeah,
But what happens when people like young adults, teenagers ask you that question?
yeah. I know.
Then it completely puts you on edge.
Yeah.
I mean,
So did you tell them? Can you get married? If you can, I can.
I mean, uh, I was close to getting engaged. That's how as far as I'm going. But yeah, yeah, when the time comes, I guess. But yeah, it's in saying that. Yeah, we're living in yeah. That's
yeah,
how it works for
yeah, we ask people out there question, why is it any of people's business
What?
whether
Sorry, David, let you off the talk.
Why is it any of people's business to ask the questions? They're just
Mm.
some people just like to stick their noses somewhere and ask
Yeah,
the question.
yeah.
yeah, but
It's like,
I understand that, but there are questions strangers can ask, and then there are other questions which sound a bit intrusive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Jonathan. But the one thing that I hate the most is, and I want the viewers to hear this, is when people want to be heroes. Um, so you're just sitting there having a good time, and just people come out of nowhere and ask the question, "Do you need any help?" Like it's completely unnecessary.
no, it's
Wow.
okay to ask, Ibby.
Look,
It's okay to ask if they
I
need any help,
understand
but
when
to
I'm
force help is not.
but when you're sitting there enjoying your dinner, enjoying your cup of coffee, and then someone just comes out of nowhere and goes, looks down at you and goes, "You need any help?" It's why? Just let me enjoy my lunch. I want to enjoy my dinner. It's
Maybe
I don't know.
they want to help in some way, or they
I
thinking,
guess I mean well. I
But,
should
they
they
want
need
to help
to help.
financially.
Maybe
but,
if I'm more than yeah welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I welcome charity, but
but in my book, look, for me the answer would be if roles were reversed. Would I the same question of the other person? And if the answer is no way for crying out loud, use some common sense.
What?
Just
So you're trying to tell them to use some common sense before they ask questions?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jonathan, the thing is, common sense ain't too common, is it? It's not that common.
But
Yeah.
my point is, an able-bodied person wouldn't ask an
It's like,
able-bodied person
what? What about this question, Ibby?
Sorry, what was that, David?
What about this question? Do you still see the same thing when you close your eyes?
Yeah.
Huh?
I got nothing to say. It's yeah. I'm
What do you
trying to.
see? What do you see when you close your eyes? What do you see when you open them? Nothing.
The same thing you say when you close your eyes.
Huh?
Tell them the same thing that you say when you close your eyes.
No. I told them. When you close your eyes, you can see red because you can actually see the light coming through your eyelids. But I see nothing.
Give them a bit of biology. No, it's good. It's all good. Yeah, so yeah, those are the kind of questions we get asked on a daily basis. This is yeah, we get asked very frequently. How does that
But
affect you? And when someone asks you that question, Jonathan, how does that affect you?
Well,
when, for me, when I'm out in the public, if people don't raise my disability, I don't realize what people are on about. But when I
Yeah,
when I feel like I'm alone and don't have anyone there to interpret what I say, I feel a bit helpless.
it puts you in a vulnerable position, doesn't it? No,
Ibby,
Jonathan.
Yeah,
the worst thing is when I ask someone for something and they give me directions and they sit there, start pointing, go that way, then that way. It happened
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It happened yesterday. Okay,
Mm,
I can't see. Can you tell me which way you're pointing?
yeah, it is what it is. A question from Julie said, "Hi, Evie, David, and Jonathan. How are you? The question I get asked or twice, so not once but twice, is, are you all right? Do you need any help? Or How do you do it? Why do I use a walking stick? What's wrong with your legs? What's wrong with your brain, ladies and gentlemen? What is wrong with your brain? It's thank you for sharing, Julie.
And she followed up by saying, Ibby, I get asked these questions a lot.
So Julie gets asked these questions a lot. Wow.
So let's break it down. How are you? Yes, that's okay.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Thank you, Julie, for joining us on the podcast. So she gets asked, "Are you alright?" Kind of yeah, I do get asked that question a lot. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Do you need
same
any
here.
help?
But there's no harm in asking if you need help, if you can,
Yeah.
if someone can assist.
Look,
But
I understand that, and I know people mean well, but when you're sitting there having lunch and having a cup of coffee, and then someone just comes out of nowhere and asks you, "Do you need any help?"
You
Um,
know,
uh,
you know what I was thinking about when Judy said that. I was thinking back to when we were discussing
yeah,
confidence.
exactly,
discussing confidence.
exactly, exactly.
He remembered that when we were discussing confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel repetitively asking a person, you know, are you okay? Do you need any help? One should twice is okay, but after that point,
So once or twice
it
it's okay to ask, not all the
when
time.
Mm-hmm.
it just wears you down.
It just wears you down.
Yeah.
It does, it does, it does. Imagine the roles were reversed. I go up to that person and ask them, "Do you need any help?"
And let me ask
You
people
know,
out there,
you know the
what
cutest questions I get asked by kids. They ask me how many fingers am I holding,
Mm,
and that's relative.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, look, it's good to educate them,
Yeah,
but yeah,
and they're
I
young.
guess. Sorry, David, what was that?
They're young.
Yeah, they're young, but still, you need to educate 'em.
They get educated within time. They've just accepted it. They've just learnt that their cousin can't see, and they keep asking, "Can you see now? Can you see now?"
Mm,
I want you acknowledge Tracy's response.
You want us to acknowledge Tracy's response?
yeah,
She
so I took that right. OD, that shit. Yeah, I guess
Well,
it is what it is, but it's not whether we gotta be resilient. I guess. Would you agree with that, David?
what is it? What'd you say?
We gotta be resilient.
We got to be resilient.
Mm.
Yes.
look, as people with disabilities, we have a choice.
That's right.
Do,
Yeah, we do have a point.
do we get stuck in spirals of self-doubt or depression, or do we make the conscious
Yeah,
decision?
we got to make decisions. Do we get depressed with the questions, or do you
Mhm.
build your confidence from it and take it as a learning curve? I
Mhm.
reckon we should take it as a learning curve and just build our confidence with it. You don't
Yes,
take
sir.
those questions too much to negative and negatively and get depressed. It's not worth it.
Yeah. So I got a question from Peter. He just got here. What's happening, fellas? We're just talking about the uncomfortable questions that people with disability get asked on a daily basis. Another question, a comment from Tom. Tom is
No,
like, hi guys,
no,
especially Jono, who are you? I'm wondering if you are connected to a service provider. We'll put that aside for now. Tracy got a question. Do you ask the kids, can you hear that? Even if you can't hear a thing? So, so do you ask the kids, can you hear that? Even if you can't hear a thing?
Nah, I will try that next time.
Mm-mm.
If there's nothing,
Look, we understand with the kids, you play around with them, you muck around with them. But as they get older
they
and
learn.
they start to understand the world more, that's when you start to educate them. That's what I think.
You educate them when they're young. I got my nephews and children. They learnt when they were young. They understood I can't see, and they helped me.
That's good. That's good. Well done.
you, you have to remember that you need to hit when you need to educate
Mm,
a person when they're young,
mm,
but not too young to be able to cognitively understand.
yeah.
So when talking to young people, you need to be mindful
So when
of
talking to young people, you got to be mindful of what?
the language
The
you
language.
Language.
use and talk in a way that they can understand.
So they
We
don't get upset.
Yeah.
So
or
you got to be
they
mindful of the language you say, so they don't get upset.
or they don't get fearful of disability.
Uh,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
their fear of disability.
Yeah, no, it's all good, it's all good.
If anyone's got any questions or anything they want us to discuss next week, just please write them down in the comments, and we'll gladly take it in consideration.
So I just want to go back to Tom's comment. So he's just wondering if anyone's connected to a service provider. Are you in need of services, Tom?
Well, Tom, to be quite frank, we we are just trying disability honor here as a service provider.
Yeah. So
We
remember, sorry, Jonathan, this podcast is for people with disability, and this focuses on issues for people with disability. It's not some kind of a marketing tool for service providers to, get people into their NDIS registered organization.
and also that is a point I wanted to discuss when people ask you
Mm.
who is your provider.
Yes. Now that the NDIS has rolled out, a
And
lot of people are
I know.
jumping on the bandwagon.
And you know what? The problem is with providers now. A lot of them don't want to take the NDIS on.
What do you mean by that, David?
Some stop because I think they don't get paid as much as they used to.
Mm.
no,
And that we control it, not them now.
the issue I found is there's a difference between what they get paid for age care versus
So it's different for what they get paid for aged care and for disability.
yeah.
I know.
Mm.
They rather take the aged care, not the NDIS.
Yeah, but I guess that's a whole new topic we could discuss.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
The difference between the HK and people and the NDIS.
maybe for another episode.
Mm.
Don't forget to share this podcast, like it, please, and share it.
Yep. Thank you, David. So yeah.
And remember, we're on your favorite podcast
Mm.
platform. So please give us an eye and as Tracy pointed out.
It doesn't matter if you're not listening to it live. Please put in comments.
Yep.
Yes, so we go live on
Please still get them.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Yep. So that's all the platforms you can access this podcast. And also, yeah, feel free to share it with your network. Just a question from Mark. That's a fun question to ask the kids, Tracy. Okay, yeah. Teaching kids to be understanding can be difficult. But I believe the more they have around people with disabilities can be a learning tool in building compassion and understanding. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Mark. It's all good. Yeah. And thank you, Tracy, for that comment. Yeah, Facebook too. So you got many platforms you can view this podcast. But yeah, feel free to share it with your networks, and if you got any questions you want to ask or you want to contribute to the comments, please do so.
I know. So if you like us on Facebook, we also have a group for the podcast where you can help us decide what we talk about
Mm.
each
Yeah.
week.
So if you want any topics, just post them in the comments. Also, it'll help
Yeah,
us
no,
know what you
David,
want to hear.
David, also for the viewers, if anyone wants to go live with us, let us know and we'll add you to the group. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
But look, it's been a great night, even though you can't see my face.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's good. All good.
All I can
Okay. It's been great talking to you, and it's great to for you joining in today. You've been speaking to CripChat, your weekly podcast for people with disability, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you, guys. Sorry, thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, anything you want to say, Jonathan, before we wrap up?
look. I just want to thank everyone who listened and tried to favor spread the word about this podcast.
Well, spread the word around about the podcast, and always think twice before you ask a question. Would
Yeah, yeah.
would I
Sounds good.
really
Sounds good.
would I really be comfortable if someone asked me this question?
Yeah, all good. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Tracy. And thank you, everyone, for contributing. And
God
hopefully, we'll
bless.
see you next week. Yeah, Jonathan, you want to wrap it up?
For now, I've been Ibby, and I've been Jonathan joined with Ibby and David, and I see you next time for more clips.
See you
Bye
next week.
See
and
everyone.
have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a great week.
All good. Enjoy, guys.